Peterhead Sheriff Court. Arrived here from HMP Grampian on Thursday the 13th of October 2016. I was taken here by 3 G4S employees. I was taken to the rear of the building, where I was held until I had to appear in front of a Sheriff J.P. Scott. Bearing in mind, these are open courts, so it would be classified as a civil court hearing, criminal court hearing. I appeared at the bench in front of Sheriff J.P. Scott, and also a Procurator Fiscal, Mr Colin Neilson. And now, to my knowledge, was Mr Andrew Ormiston from Grey and Grey Law, Peterhead. I appeared in front of the Sheriff Scott, and I declared I have got no previous to disclose, and I would like to have the case adjourned to a later date without plea. This Mr Sheriff J.P. Scott said, fine, remand him back in HMP Grampian. Later that time, there was an individual called Mr Andrew Ormiston. Here, as you can see, I'm here. This is one of the employees that work for Grey and Grey Law, Peterhead. This individual came down to myself. I spoke to himself. I says, are you willing to act lawfully and legally for myself? His response was yes. I said to himself downstairs, okay, well, I'd be happy for you I take my instructions and act lawfully for myself. Whilst in this court hearing at a later time, Mr Andrew Ormiston from Grey and Grey Law Practice in Peterhead failed to take my request that what I had said to himself. I said I have no previous to disclose, and I would like this case to be adjourned to a later date. Mr Andrew Ormiston of Grey and Grey Law, Peterhead, did share details that are unknown to myself. This was done in front of Mr Colin Neilson, Sheriff J.P. Scott, and also a police officer that was a police constable that was sitting over at the left hand side of the building, and also another colleague was residing beside himself. There was a few people in the gallery, the open gallery, with them doing so, and I believe that there was 2 G4S employees, one sat at my left hand side and one sat at my right hand side. This would all be breaching details. They furthermore went on to say they had been in contact with a doctor from NHS. They tried to get myself to, they says they were speaking to a doctor regarding my person, when I have never signed any declaration for them to do so. a Dr. Larmer, and I can't remember how she knows who I am, because I've never had any dealings with this person. Anyways, that would be a massive breach of data protection there, if these people are managing to get in touch with this so-called doctor. Also, them sharing details that are unknown to myself. And also, I'll show you, I'll attach an email regarding this actions of Mr Andrew Ormiston from Grey and Grey. I find this quite distressing that this individual does not know who I am. So how he has details, it may be presented in front of him. He keeps on trying to say these details are convictions. My understanding of statutes and acts, these are legal laws that are being passed down by governments. So after a certain period of time, if there has been any offences committed, I'm not saying I have had any offences committed, but these details would be spent after a certain period of time, which wouldn't let. So if a client says he's got no previous to declare, then the solicitor should be acting on his best interests, because he doesn't know who I am. So he would be in a massive breach, because how does he know these details that's in front of him are correct? And as for being a procurator fiscal, a procurator fiscal are independent bodies, right? Independent bodies, right? So they should know not to discriminate unlawfully also.